Okay, I was 2.5 years old when my mom gave me a melodica. I started liking music. At my 5, Sinterklaas brought me an electric piano. That was also my mom and dad, but I didn't know that at that time. With books A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I wanted to be a radio host, producer, and I started recording deck and even had tape deck and the roll tape deck, the nice old school shit, analog, all analog. Then I bought a CD player and I started DJing. I became an audio producer. I started using Cubase when I was married. The professional one that I had as a gift from a guy who wrote blogs for a magazine, and he gave me. That was the best gift ever. That guy made new wave. He was a real kind guy, like a nerdy type guy with long hair, actually really cool to talk to and really kind. And he showed a rack full of stuff that was given to him all over blogs. And I said, God damn, you got Cubase. Do you sell it? And he said, you get it. I was the happiest fucker in the world. I bought a laptop, actually no, a computer for it that I literally adapted for recording, and I had a workstation from Roland and my guitars, and I was in bands already since I was 16, a blues band and a little pop band, started making artists sing. So my first wedding, but was forced, there was a manager and he offered me a contract, and he said, if you don't sign with me, you sign with nobody. That was the first time that I had a contract offered. Shortly after that, on a fair, bij ons, de braderij, Liberation Party, there was a guy who said, I want to be your manager, and he literally wants to fuck me up. So I already was a bit skeptic, and I said, no, thank you. Then we started with Relocated, the band where Nick had to shoot a guy, and I still wonder if that was a service come from somebody, because that was his 12-year prison and end of our band Relocated, while being signed at Live Nation at Hildiard. Then I thought, fuck it, I started doing shit on my own, and I started producing and helping, and I made a song for the Eurovision Song Festival with a guy called Hugo, the laatste showband, BRT. Recorded it, sent it in, wrote a song for my dead daughter Jolien in 2000. Had 160 songs like that. Created music in my home, also with my kiddies, using voice effects like that. So I know the difference between digital and analog, as Cubase was half digital, half analog. When I see that a digital pin is being abused, and I ask my kiddies to use 2 metal pipes and make a ping, I can only advise that all you Secret Service do exactly the fucking same, because your digital ping is being abused and you ping for them. And they're gonna immediately slap a layer extra on it. And a digital can be abused. So since they already abuse, use 2 metal pipes. A metal pipe is a ping. They can try to slap on it, be a curly with a digital one. But your ping has a result in your system and not just in their system. That can be done with a bell as well. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, a boat bell, whatever, as long as it makes a nice fucking ping noise. And you can go really hard with that and as fast as you want. Then there's the new software of Nora, and I see that it goes good sometimes and good sometimes not. So you can understand that they are having the admin already, or they wouldn't be able to fuck you up. So when that thing starts moving again like 2021 by itself, then you understand it's fucked up again. And they paid 300 trillion for that, I believe, right? So that's not me. So all the cash that comes from Belgium and all to Fort Hood and whatever they wanted to investigate in the Bank of US with a Paxton, that came over fraud, and he wanted access to your bank accounts to swap that kind of shit, because otherwise they don't have access. So they also have this ping gun. That was nicely visible on TikTok to shoot drones out of the sky, they said. But it actually goes 65 meters far, and when they shoot on a server, it reboots, and they just have a military server or a stacker box, and they download everything from that on that thing, and they have passwords, login, admin, everything. except when it's extra secured with a hidden server and they have no access to that. Then they need access to your server, like a bank does in most cases. Then we talk about cybersecurity and access for fraud or whatever, whenever they have access to the server. So the same happened in the embassy. So, am I an IT specialist? Hell no. But do I know how to get access to it? Hell yeah. How do I know it? By beating up motherfuckers and get answers where I need it. And I can only explain to you what I found out. You are the experts. I'm an advisor. Do not put me in front of a server and say, Axe, where is the motherboard? Because I saw the server of Spotpolize and I was a fucking gigantic 5 tower, 6 tower motherfucking shit flickered like a LED light behind glass in a cool station. But it was connected to a lot of dark secrets, wasn't it? And I saw that shit with my eyes. So how do I find shit? As I'm blind, well, I ask to what it is first. I go on it with a critter and I scan. I scan all crits. I take a combination randomly, what they don't understand, and I start pinging on that, because when it exists, it always has that. It's a device. Without that, it's not a device. And I uploaded so much shit between 2021 and that. Now, in my system, what always one, then you know that I still have a higher one than they have, and they want that I literally know what I'm pinging. What happened in the beginning, I also uploaded that in my system. That was my mistake fault, because then they sold my login and they started disabling that shit. Meanwhile, I had to fight the hell out of it to find that shit back. And then there was Alara and there was other shit that I don't even have to tell. Maybe don't even know, but I know it works. That's for me the most important. So they are looking for all that kind of shit. Now, your ping, make it analog. Start working old school. You have phones. These guys use burner phones, still. But no, every fucking cable operator, because these guys have HBO, all network, Netflix, all for free. To start, I saw that on Spiegel and my guy. They also have all CCTV cams and every access to cam. So, who hacked all that? Who was the admin? Why did everything open up when I attacked the cybersecurity companies in Spotpolize, and all of a sudden ICC was like, the server is open. Ooh, you have the same on SIS. So, what Alara did was give a lot of admin codes and more. And that thing mind reads. So that was planted on your digital skin. And it's like AI. But AI self-thinking. What I'm now literally hardly destroying, because it also fights for what it knows. And is it a danger? No. When used by a crazy ass? Yeah. That's why I'm destroying it. So these guys think to be authorized and they start yelling my name, Dave Mirvis, who actually was born in Belgium in 2007 after he was terrorized, decided to move to Holland because he met a Dutch girlie. In 2010, January, came back, had the offer to go to Detroit over a girl from NSA to work for the rap industry, Sony. And she was immediately attacked by Tina. When I was honest and I said, I just moved back from Holland to Belgium and I don't have an address, I cannot go for my passport because that needs an address. I said, can you wait for a few months? And she said, no, actually not. So that was a nice misinformation, I think, when they said, oh, now you can ask him because he is moving back to Belgium, right? Yeah, he will have a house there then, right? But that takes a lot of cash, right? To move back from somewhere. So, use analog. I asked papers in Finland. Wanted to expat. Marry Fabiana. We wanted to move in together June. I was working on that August. She always was forced to say different things. And she said, I want you to come close. And it was, Ida, why are you rushing me? She was being forced, and I saw. And I asked what's going on. She didn't talk. So my papers and her papers ended up in the same drawer. What they have been abusing on what was stolen from Fabiana, placed on me, goes on the same on you. You use your login on your system, you have a digital skin. So do you really think that It's gonna stop if you fill in your own login to go in the system. And there wasn't a lot of seeing all that shit. And they wanna hide shit for you. Meanwhile, attack you and come close, leave over your door. And then you get kidnapped, like all these females in the United States. After you find out the trackers in the neck. Why not all the same? They always divide. One gets this, one gets this, one gets this, one gets this. Why did I have two EMC6s energy block? Because they thought that's connected to this Middleton family and the daddy of Dinosaur 3. Ronnie, Dinosaur 1. Walraven, Dinosaur 2. The motherfucker who fucked up my dad. I'll promise the house of my daddy and gas in the United States. To how many people did Walraven, Dinosaur 2 promise shit? And that house was always the same, of course, because nobody ever arrived. So who was the boss of Dinosaur 2? Because Dinosaur 1, 2, and 3 were operated by 3 different regions. And Dinosaur 1 was operated by Florida. And Dinosaur 3 was operated by DC. And Dinosaur 2 was operated by Nevada, Las Vegas. Excellent. Ping metal. Bye-bye.